think we can manoeuvre this into the right place. Okay, and we will turn that follow me off. Pull forward. And we will grab a bunch of bales here. I'm not sure how many. This is the only straw crop we're doing this year. Now obviously if we do any contracts for wheat, oat, barley, whatever, I think I've got the collect straw mod running on contracts. So it may not be a complete disaster us not emptying the baler completely right away. Try not to run over the crop which has weeds in. I'm actually going the wrong way now. Actually that should be sufficient, I think. Down here, what have we got? We got room for 5 more. I think there might be one right down the bottom there. It's 11. And I'll grab that one on the left on the far side of the remaining crop. Oh. Actually, I'll grab that one, I guess. Let's grab both of those. That one's out of the way. It's not gonna be a problem for anybody turning around. Whereas these might be. Gotcha. Okay, so that is a full load of bales. That is fine, I think. Oh, we have to turn that one on first, don't we? Engine. Baler, follow, exit, and climb up into the harvester, engine, pipe, power, go. So yeah, I think I will collect all the straw. We're not going to have time to do anything other than this field harvest today, so I'm not going to be too concerned with do I have collect straw on contracts mod running, so we can check that before next week. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon already, so we need to get a move on. Although we're still looking at fairly long days. Really what I should be doing is run a cut through here across the field. The problem is picking the angle. I suppose we could judge that. There's 220, 225, yeah. Just now, I don't know. It's judging whether we have the capacity in the harvester to actually perform the cut through without getting stranded. So I think no matter what, I'm going to have to go down here, back up, and cut through from the top next time we empty. That's fine. But I think for the most part, I don't know, triticale is very much the same as oats, wheat and barley. Not sure about the price. I suppose we could check that. They all seem to have similar sell dates. Pull up right at the end here. Triticale is currently 525. And that's a little bit more valuable than wheat or barley, which potentially means that it's a little less yield than wheat or barley. The more valuable a crop, the less yield you tend to get. So you do end up making more per acre on a on a high yield crop, high yield, low value. That low value does not really offset the extra work, or it doesn't. It's not like you sell a ton of, or you produce a ton of soybeans in the same field area as you produce 2 tons of wheat, and you sell wheat at 2 times or half the price of soybeans. That's not how it works. But the more work you have to do, the lower the value of the crop, but you get a sufficient extra quantity to more than make up for the work you're doing. So people say, the best crop to do is soybeans. The best crop to do is soybeans if you're playing one man and you want to get things done as fast as possible, because it fills your harvester slower and it takes you less trips to the store. But if you plant wheat, you are going to end up with a small amount more money at the end of it, because you end up harvesting more wheat and the total value of the wheat is higher. And then you've got the straw on top of it. But you have to offset that with, I have to unload the harvester more frequently, and if I'm a one-man show, that's more messing around I have to do, or I have to get the follow me mod installed so I can unload on the go and use a worker to harvest. And I can't really use a worker to harvest on this field because we're not harvesting a straight line, we're following the edge of the crop. You can see it's not straight. Multiplayer, heck, go do potatoes. You're going to make a fortune. Costs a fair amount to get started because obviously you have to buy the potato seed, and the potatoes require 10 times as much seed as say canola needs, maybe wheat even, but But once you've got them planted, you can use potatoes as seed for the next year, and it doesn't matter that it takes one person. Yeah, you're still travelling at 6 miles an hour in the harvester. If you've got enough people running carts to unload it, it's not that big a deal. Okay. That's a bit. So now, what I want to do is run part way across the field. So maybe about here. I'm going to have to turn the mini map on so I can get the angle right. We want to pick an angle of about 225 degrees, so round about there. That's good. We'll go 234, 224. Ish. Hopefully I picked the right point. We should emerge from the other side without filling up this tank. No guarantees, I might have blown it. So as we did on the first headland, we go to 90%, and if we're not close to the end, we make a little pocket. I don't know, we might get to the end. We're going on course 223. This is where I regret it, because this really does look close enough to emerge from the other end. That bale's a pain in the butt. Yep. There you go, now make it. Okay. So, very bad practice. We're going to push that bale out of the way and then drive over it. Okay. Let's back up a little bit. And there we go. Alright, we managed that, and we still have a little bit of space. In the tank. And the JCB made it too, so yay everybody. Okay. How are we doing here? This will take us to about 25,000. Still running. Edge forward a little. Let's fill the cart from the back. So the in-game jockeying might make a good complement to this orange cart. I'm having trouble finding any that are a good size, work reasonably well on the farm. 30,000 litre capacity seems to be good. I don't want the walls too high so that we don't have problems getting the augers over the top. Obviously I don't want silage carts because we're not doing silage, and I don't have a forage harvester at this time either. So silage carts are out, high-sided carts are out. But that trailer is probably a little bit too long for hilltop stores. So we have to use the truck with the the tipper shell on the back. For anywhere else, we're generally getting away with using either the grain cart behind a tractor or the truck in semi-truck mode. Okay, how are we getting on? I think we're doing okay. We might cut through again. So we might come back to approximately the same point to unload. Now also once we finish this patch that we're doing at the moment, we'll be able to keep everything fairly straight. Do that, and we'll clear the veil and do that. Because this, I think that this isn't on the oops, wrong buttons. That one twice. This isn't on a cardinal compass point, but it's kind of close enough, and I think we kept the harvester fairly straight. So the irregularities of this right side path will be cleaned up in a couple of minutes. So I'm gonna guess triticale falls between wheat and oats. I don't think it's see, oats are already 770. The triticale is only lost there. It's 526, so it's probably got a closer yield to wheat than it does to oats. But it's definitely a split. Yeah, it's definitely between those 2 points. Oh, we're full already. Okay then. So this will fill the truck. So while we're topping off, I'm going to have to reverse out as well, which is a bit of a pain. Manage that out of the way. We'll turn the JCB off as well while we're doing this. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. Hi. When you shoot for an hour, how do you keep tickling?
Because it's what I do. Okay. I think the harvester will probably shut down as soon as we drive away. Try not to kill rain. Okay, so that's number one. Engine on. Follow me on. Let's take a look at the field. How does that look? Yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll figure it out when we're done. levers don't work. And yeah, we're all here. So keep an eye out for the bus stop. I'm not sure why there's a beware of horse riders sign there. Typically the the stables are up off Oak Glen, I think. The lane past Oak Glen, I think, is where the horses are, or the stables are. There aren't any other stables on the map, and I think most horse riders would probably head along the lane away from the main road. Horses tend to get fairly skittish, and since I was horse riding 40 odd years ago, I don't think drivers are... I think the behaviour of car drivers has gotten worse. Back when I was a kid, they'd be frustrated, but they wouldn't get impatient and do stupid. But these days, drivers are just morons. And some drivers are morons, and there are far too many morons. I mean, what was it, Thursday, I filled up with gas, and to get out from the gas station you go along the road, and then there's a left turn at traffic signals, so it's filtered. And coming out of the gas station, we got stuck behind or we got stuck by a bunch of ducks crossing. So, we sat there, traffic both ways. We all sat there while the ducks, or maybe there were geese, crossed the road. And then as soon as the geese cleared, we started rolling. The guy behind me, passes me on the right, cuts me up. Now, the guy who stopped for the ducks was the guy in front of me, not me. I was stopped because there was a guy in front of me, stationary, giving way, yielding to the ducks. But he cuts me up quite aggressively. We get to the traffic signals and he pulls into the left turn lane just as the traffic signals turn red for the filter. So, he's not having any of that. He cuts into the straight across lane, which is still green, drives straight across, pulls an illegal U-turn, just as the traffic signals turn red, so he gets stuck on the other side, waiting to turn right behind some old dear who's not gonna push a red light. So of course his frustration is rising. And eventually he gets through that signal and runs another red light. So, awesome idiot. I'm surprised he didn't actually just decide to run over the ducks, because he seemed to be of that temperament. But, in my mind, there are far more, maybe there are far more people on the road, so you get to see more of them. The percentage is still the same, but, there seems to be far more noticeable jerks driving than there used to be. I don't have time to drive the speed limit to where I'm going. I don't have time to leave 5 minutes earlier so I get there. I have to leave in the last minute because I have important stuff. Sitting on the couch watching TV shows until the last possible minute. Or checking my Facebook on my phone while I'm driving. That's the, yep. Bale cart is still there. So we'll run back. I'm fairly sure the harvester's still quite full. So again, we'll load the bale collector. And then continue with the harvest. This is going to be interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be able to pick these bales up. At least, oops. Not coming from this direction. So, you'll have to back up. There's no room for you. And like that. Zoom out the camera. Oh, yeah. At the top. And that's the invisible edge of the map. Oh. Like I said, it would be so much easier if the edge of the map was on the hedge line. And yay. Just enough space. Grab these three and charge up the other side of our little island of grain. Good grief, it's hot today. Get the line closest to the harvested, the remaining grain, so that we have a clear path to unload with. I'm not sure if we're due thunderstorms today. We definitely had rain showers this morning since I got up. That's nice. How are we doing? That's 10. So we've got room for 4 more. We'll get 4 from here and call that done. And again, I didn't go down the that row on the left because too much traffic at the end. Okay, 12, 13. Okay, I have, and good morning, Dancer, welcome to the stream. I have a, what's called stop. It may have an extended name, stop harvester or something like that. So as soon as the harvester reaches 100% full, it will slam to a stop and extend the pipe. And one of the reasons I do that is because when I'm paying attention to chat, I frequently fill up the harvester and keep driving and destroy crop because I have crop destruction on. So, actually, let's go back and turn this guy on first. That's on, that's on, that's on. Okay.